So our next company presenting is Neuroscientific Biopharmaceuticals with the ticker code NSB. Because we're running slightly out of time, I'm just going to introduce you straight to our CEO, Nathan Smith.
Thank you all. This is great. Thank you, Jane, for putting this together. My name is Nathan Smith. I'm the CEO of Neuroscientific Biopharmaceuticals, ticker NSB. And first, I guess we should say that we're going to be changing the name at some point soon because we don't actually do anything in neuroscience anymore. We previously had an asset called NSB that was for multiple sclerosis. And, we were taking that forward towards preclinical and early phase clinical trials, and it turns out the FDA didn't really like it that much, and it was really expensive to make. So we decided to put a stop on the neuroscience program, created a shell, and then in June of this year, we acquired a company called Isopogen WA, and they actually have a mesenchymal stem cell product. So this product is called StemSmart. It actually has a ton of early phase 1, phase 2 data in not just Crohn's disease, which is our primary target, but also in graft versus host disease, kidney transplants, lung disease, COPD. I think we've done 11 early phase clinical trials, and we have data from all of them, and the data is actually really fantastic. So that product was acquired earlier this year in June, and off of that, NSB has continued to drive that program forward towards commercialization, and then they brought me on board to drive that program. What we're doing right now, we have product that we're actually using for a special access program here in Australia, where we're treating patients with our unapproved product that have fistulizing Crohn's disease, right? So this is, fistulizing Crohn's is a subset of Crohn's disease that actually is very debilitating for patients. They don't have any treatment options. And so we're working with a gastroenterologist in WA who is prescribing this, and she actually has to apply to the TGA. And so we just announced, I think last week or the week before that we've got our first approvals from the TGA to be able to treat patients with this product. We treated one patient already. Second one is being treated this week. Third one's coming up in, I think, next week. And then we've got a fourth one that's going to be in early November. So all of our, we're moving forward treating these patients. And again, this isn't a clinical trial, but what this is doing is building up momentum within the not only the Crohn's community, but also the gastroenterologists and the clinicians, so that we can actually move forward with our phase 2 clinical trial that we're doing late next year. Now, that clinical trial is to get us data to be able to expand into the United States and to commercialize in the United States market, right? Because obviously the Australian market's very small. We want to expand into the US. We know this product works. The earlier trial that we did for Crohn's disease, patients that had failed the normal big biologic drugs in Crohn's disease, like Stelara and Humira, right? They took our product, and 78% of the patients responded. So that's a really high bar, and it's actually fantastic numbers. And so we're looking to replicate that in the larger phase trial, the larger phase 2 trial that we're going to be doing in the United States. I think if there's one message I want to kind of take from this and want you to understand is that I'm not sure if everyone knows the company Mesoblast. Australian company, they developed MSCs. They actually got their FDA approval last year, at the end of last year. They have a $3.5 billion market cap here in Australia. They've paved the way for commercialization for this type of product. We think our product is better. And so, first cab off the rank isn't necessarily the best one, and our job now is to prove that in Crohn's disease and all the other indications where you actually have a total market of around $35 to $40 billion. And so that's our job now. Follow the pathway that Mesoblast has paved in the United States and around the world. Get the data that we need in Crohn's disease, and then be able to take that forward into other patients and into other indications. All right? So I think that's all the different points I wanted to hit. I really appreciate it. It's lovely, and I really appreciate the time. Thanks.